Yo, what's up, everybody?
Podcast
time. Yeah. Carson, Haley,
Yo.
What's up?
Jamie, Caleb behind the camera.
Good to see everybody today.
And ready, go. Start. That thing you were going to do.
What thing was it?
First off, this candle this week is lavender woods. Did you spill some candle juice here? A little wax?
Potentially.
Were
Potentially.
you doing like
Definitely think that happened.
putting your finger in it and getting the wax?
I'm going to be honest, it was kind of a dull moment. I was trying to smell it, and I tilted it too much, and it spit off the pan.
Oh, boy, dumb.
At least it got on the table, not on you.
Carson got her hair slicked back today.
Yes.
It's not-
Don't look at. You probably can't tell, but I do have hair. It's hair wash day. Thanks for pointing that out, Dad.
How often you wash your hair?
Depends. Like when we have softball, if I get really gross and sweaty, I'm gonna wash it more than if I don't.
Okay, no softball, just a normal, typical week. How often you wash your hair?
Like twice a week, maybe.
Twice a week? How often you wash your hair?
Like every 6 to 7 days.
Yikes. Caleb, how often you wash your hair?
Every other day.
Yikes.
Really?
Clean.
I wash mine
princess.
every day.
You don't got hair, boy.
Carson is into hunting now.
Yeah, boy. I'm a hunter.
She's a hunter.
Can this
She
be?
shot her a
can we
pig.
post- Can you talk about guns on YouTube? Is it
think
going to
so.
get taken down?
I mean, I watch
Like
hunt
TikTok, you
videos
can't
all the
even
time.
say the word.
Don't say it on YouTube, then we might get taken down. Carson shot a pig,
Sure, a hog.
hog.
Don't say pig. That's too sweet.
Okay,
A hog.
shot a hog, and then she shot a doe,
Doe.
Yeah.
101 pounds.
101
Okay.
pounds.
Pretty good doe.
Yep, and then potentially by the time you see this, she will have shot a buck as well.
Yeah.
You ever shot anything?
For a buck.
A rabbit and a squirrel.
Did you eat it after you shot it?
Yeah.
Good.
What else would you do with it?
I don't know. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Good.
Did you eat yours, Carson?
No. I'm just in for the trophy.
You can't
Like
be
the
in a
prize
trophy.
of-
That's not why you hunt.
Like, I want a big buck now. Okay, I got a doe, which means I know I can shoot
Mhm.
a deer.
Yeah.
Now I want a buck, and I want to do the chop its head off and hang it up on
Oof.
with the, the taxidermies
Yeah.
Like the full
for the
full
prize.
head or just, like,
Taxidermies.
Yeah, no, the full head. If it's a good one. If it's not, then I'll just do like the skull with the, yeah, but hopefully it's a good one.
What in the world got you into hunting? Like you got into fishing. I understand. Ricky's fishes.
Yeah.
You got into fishing.
Love
kinda,
fishing.
Yeah. Then you just decided you're the girliest girl ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just one day you were like, you know what? I'm going to be a hunter.
Okay, because Gabe and Evan
Uh-huh.
were talking
Two little boys.
about
I say two little boys. They're two
middle school.
middle
boys.
school
boys that I've grown up with.
Yeah.
I forgot they were talking about hunting, and you and Pastor Tony were standing there, and he was talking about shooting a hog or wanting to take Evan hunting, and Evan made kind of like a jab to me, like, "Oh, I bet I could kill a bigger deer than you, or I could kill a hog
you were like, "I'm
first." And
sure."
I was
Okay,
like,
bet.
"Oh heck no!" And then I mentioned it to Dad. I was like, I think I want to go hunting with you, like kill a hog. And then Dad got so excited. So then
So
the
you're
first
like,
time
I
I
cannot
went,
let
I
him
was
down.
like, I cannot let him down. Like I've
Got to go.
got to go with him
Because he was so excited.
because he was so excited. And then after the first hunt, it was like,
you were
well,
hooked.
like I love like sunrises, sunsets, like outdoors, like pretty, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
peaceful things anyway. So like sitting in the stand is just like quality time. Like instead of
Yeah.
sitting at home on my phone, I could just be sitting there like looking at the view.
Last time we went
So-
hunting, she had the loudest jacket ever on. It sounded like a I'm gonna say like a Oreos wrapper.
Okay.
You know,
It was like
Yeah.
like that material that he's
Yeah.
got on.
no, way worse. Way
Okay.
worse. You almost got a little fire. And then so she was sitting over there. She was so quiet until the sun comes up. Sun comes up.
Trying to take pictures of it?
No.
Sun comes up. We got 2 doe on the corn pile. We're sitting in a really great stand and 2 doe on the corn pile. And all of a sudden, she's, like you can't pull out your phone when the sun's down because
The light.
the deer
Yeah.
see it,
Right.
whatever. And so anyway, Sun comes up. We're sitting there and all of a sudden she pulls out her phone and she starts playing this block.
Oh,
Block
Gang.
blast.
yes.
And it felt like she was carrying blocks and dropping them the way she was.
Because, no, explain. I had a toboggan on, so I couldn't hear anything.
So you didn't
So I didn't know I was making noise.
And I kept looking at her and I was like, shh.
And I was getting
she's
mad.
like,
I was
"Wait,
like, what?
Didn't your alarm also go off, though?
He is, no.
Didn't your, alarm
He
go
is
off
the
or something, though?
worst quiet person ever to hunt with. And so, one time,
But-
he sneezed in the stand. No, let me keep going.
For sure, I
His
sneezed.
phone
but sneezing,
runs. His phone goes off almost every time.
Not true.
And then he'll have the audacity, yes, true,
Not true.
to look at me and say, "Are you wearing perfume?" As if it's me, as if he's
Like she's
not the
running the deer
one,
away.
as if I'm the
Let
one
me just
running
say-
the deer.
Alarm went, whatever my alarm is, like, let's say it's whatever. And it went, and I was like, it was like my alarm to wake me up. So
Yeah.
turned it off immediately. It literally, does still came out after that. So that was not the reason for
In that same hunt, I
But-
tripped going up the stairs.
But now I will say,
So it was a mess.
7 or 8 hunts ago, I almost got attacked by a wasp, and I did run everything away.
I would have.
I ran everything away in the woods
I would have
because
too.
I was taking the end of my 30-06
And
trying to beat
banging
the.
Don't blame you.
the wasp
I was-
to death.
I
I'm
would've done-
allergic to wasps.
Me too. I would have said it.
And
on
she
fire.
looked at me. She's dying laughing. She looked at me and she's like, "This hunt is over."
He was literally banging the wasp. It was like boom, boom, boom on the stand. I was like, yeah, nothing is
Nothing's
coming out.
now.
How old were you when your dad
No.
passed away?
15.
15. So, were there things that y'all did together that you were like, "Oh man, I really miss," playing sports together or whatever it was?
Yeah, I would say hunting is one of them. I haven't hunted since he passed, just because. I mean, I could. I thought about going, not too long ago with my grandpa, but then he got sick, so I was like, can't really do that now. But hunting was a big one. I don't know. It's been a long time, so I feel like there's probably more that I just can't think of.
You're 23,
For
24 now.
yeah, February.
So
will be
10 years.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, crazy.
that is crazy. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So, like Samantha, we were talking with her the other day. Her mom passed away around, I don't know, Christmas time or whatever, and they went to Disney World for Christmas. And she hasn't been back, and we were talking about Disney. She's going to Disney, and we were talking about it and how is there going to be some sort of emotional moment there because it brings up, that maybe some memories that you haven't had since. And she was younger than that whenever her mom passed away. Are there anything that whenever you pass or do or see or that you're like remember your dad in moments like that?
Yeah, certain like a show or a movie, something that we watched together, like a commercial came on for it the other day, like a new season of it or something, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was like, I don't really want to watch it because I feel like it'd be weird. Or like there's definitely been like big moments in my life since then that I'm like, this is weird. Like, he should be here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a weird
Graduation and getting married and
yeah. Or even like I don't remember if it was you or I was talking to someone the other day and I was like, I remember my freshman year after he had passed, I made all region for soccer and I wasn't thinking about it, and the first thing I did was pulled out my phone, texted a message to my dad, and then like right before I hit send, I was like, I cannot text him because I don't know if somebody else has this number now, and that's
sure.
really weird. So
I
things
remember
like that.
when my dad passed away, and I got on the state council after he passed away, and I remember being very emotional in that moment because my dad would have loved to have seen that. That would have been a huge moment for him,
Yeah.
for my family, for something that my grandfather never experienced, he never experienced, but to be voted by my peers onto our state council was a big moment for my family. And I remember walking back to my seat after they, you go through the process and you go up there and they take a picture of you or whatever. And then I remember walking back to my seat and just being emotional, thinking, man, my dad should be there, with a big goofy, he had the goofiest smile ever, and he should be there with that big goofy smile on his face, so proud of me in this moment. So totally get it. Yeah. Totally, it's a normal part of life for people to pass away. It is a normal, people die. It's what happens. Nobody lives forever. So, we will in heaven one day, but nobody on this earth in this earthly body lives forever. But dealing with death is not always the easiest. And then the aftermath of death, whenever my dad passed away, Caleb, we didn't even know he was struggling. We didn't even know he was having issues. And we were probably 2 or 3 years later after the fact. And we were sitting around a dinner table at my mom's house, and I don't even know how the subject got brought up or whatever. And then Caleb just let it out on us. And we were like, oh my goodness, I had no clue that was a thing.
Yeah.
I remember our girls being, through the process and there's a difference in being angry at God. Why did you do this? Death happens. It's a part of life, but being angry at moments through it. We thought we were trying to protect our kids from certain things, and come to find out they were angry that we were trying to protect them. And hey, go home with Danielle or whatever it was. We were trying to protect them, and it wasn't maybe received that way, and then they were mad because they weren't there for those moments, or the way they got told that that my dad had passed, and all these sorts of things that years later start coming up, and you're having to deal with the emotions of getting angry at somebody passing. That is a normal part of grief. The 7 stages of grief, or whatever it is. What is it? 7 stages? 8 stages? 7 stages. I think it's 7 stages of grief.
5 maybe?
I ain't heard that ever.
Stages of grief are shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, testing, and acceptance. So
7. Yeah. But one of them is anger, and and so being angry because somebody passed away is completely normal. You hold on to a little bit longer, and you carry with you into life, and then the maybe the after effects of death it's very interesting, especially as a young 14-year-old girl. Losing her dad is definitely not easy.
Yeah.
Do you look at? Yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
I did not know this is what I was going on the podcast to talk about today.
It doesn't bother me to talk about it, at where I'm at now.
Do you ever, let's say your wedding.
Okay.
Is there ever a, maybe I'll use the word jealousy.
Okay.
Is there jealousy that other people have a dad to walk them down the aisle and you don't?
I don't think I ever felt
maybe jealousy is not
like
a good word.
I don't know. It was definitely I've gone to weddings before mine, since my dad had passed, and it's tough, seeing that moment, because that's something from a young age people always talk about, oh, your dad walking you down the aisle, it's a huge moment in life. So definitely some not awkward moments, not jealousy, but I would say maybe jealousy. I don't know. It's a weird feeling that it's I wish, I don't know, but I feel like it's also weird for me because I do have my stepdad who was in my life before my dad had passed. So him and my brother were who walked me down the aisle.
For sure.
So that it was still a special moment. Obviously I wish my dad could have been there as well, but.
And you have me, who I have adopted you as a child into our family
true.
Because I love you so much.
Yes. There's a picture from when I'm coming down, and it's you and Carson, and both of y'all are crying, and it's probably one of my favorite pictures from the wedding.
That's sweet.
It's a cool picture.
Do you ever want to look at Carson, and whenever she's being mean and nasty about me, this Carson.
Okay.
Whenever she's being mean and nasty about me,
This
and
is taking a turn for the worse on me. Oh my gosh.
do you ever want to look at her and be like, "Hey, girl, You better be thankful for your dad.
I think I have before. I don't know if it was you or Cammie. We were talking about something.
I'm not mean and nasty, so
No.
probably not me. That probably ain't me. That's probably Cammie.
I don't think it was like a mean or nasty moment, but I think one of you were like frustrated with
Cammie.
something that was happening, and
Probably
I was like,
Cammie.
listen, what you're feeling is valid, but also like I miss the moments where I would get, as weird as that sounds, like
Sure.
I miss being able to get frustrated or annoyed or embarrassed at what my dad was doing.
For sure.
So
And I think for, I think all of that is so beneficial to people to be able to have those conversations with people, because new topic, because that one was making you too sad.
It was a downer.
sorry.
I could not chirp in either. And I'm a chirper. I had nothing to say to that.
You are a chirper. Where did you get this chirp from? Like, where did you
I
get
guess
this?
my mama and my dad.
You
You're-
got to get it from somewhere else. I don't think. I mean, your mama is a chirper sometimes, but
You're a
I would say
chirper.
more Maddie.
I'm not a chirper. You got something smart to say. You and Kenny both got something smart to say about everything.
That's from mom.
That is from mom.
That is from mom.
She got something smart to say about everything.
Yeah.
She won't watch this, so it don't matter. How about whenever I said,
Cammie.
I said, Kemi will never watch this, so I'll use her for an example.
And the one
It's
time
one
she
podcast.
watches it.
I said,
Not even watches it. Happens to be next to somebody.
Next
while
to
they're
me,
watching
I was
it
watching it.
in the moment where you say, "Cammy will never watch."
That's
it."
And she was in her phone and she perked up and she
She probably
said,
said,
what did he
"What?"
say?
yeah,
The one time.
crazy.
It's unfortunate.
So Haley is a great influence on my kids, and I tell Cammie's like, hey, we're going to Disney or whatever, or can we go to Disney? We're going this crew, this. She's naming off the people that's going, and she says Haley, and I'm like, well, as long as Haley's going, then of course you can go. So Haley is awesome, and Carson is 18.
Barfield?
Carson Barfield
'Kay.
is 18
Sure am.
and is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I
like
think the same thing.
like hunting, fishing. You love the Lord. You're such a
The son you
worshiper.
never had.
You're my kid won't, my son won't hunt and fish with me.
well,
I
hunting
begged
fish
him.
ever.
Ever.
I begged him.
You got me.
I've begged him. So, hunt, fish. You love the Lord. You
Love the
worship the
Lord.
Lord. You love worship. You love worship.
worship.
Why the worship thing?
Oh no, serious. Oh no, serious talk.
You know what? Like it's strange because it wasn't always worship. You used to love. I mean, and you still do. You love the Bible, and you take notes, and you write in your Bibles, all that sort of stuff. Why this right now? Not even the singing part of worship. Why this right now? This I love worship. Is there any reason for this? Just a
I
phase
have
you're
no
going through, or
idea.
you just think like this is where I'm at in life? Like I just want to be a worship leader?
Huh? What?
Well, I don't know what I want to be in life, so that doesn't really.
Huh?
Huh? I don't know why. I don't know why I love worship. Music. I really don't know. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
I think I've got like not like focusing issues. Like I don't think I got like a DD, AD.
Yeah, you do got a
H.
DDAD.
You know them things people got. I don't think I got one of them, but
You do.
I think it's way easier to focus on worship to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And to be able to like respond to worship. I don't know. I feel worship. I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I've really got to sit there and like really focus on the sermon some days. But I feel like every day I can focus like on the worship. So maybe that's why
Interesting.
I like it. That's all I can come up with.
Interesting. You a
Why?
worship person, word person? What's your thing?
I don't know. I do enjoy worship, but I think, like you said, it's easier. I don't know. I would say it's easier. I understand what you mean when you say it's like easier to focus on worship. I think, especially if it's like when you can relate to the
Right.
song. I think
And I feel
that's
like we
really
can all
easy.
relate to every song
Yeah,
in your own
in your own way.
way.
Yeah,
Like
I feel like
everyone can interpret it their
that's.
own way.
I feel like for
Which is
me,
what I
worship
think
is
I
when
like.
feel closer.
Tell me how you relate to this song.
Oh no.
Okay,
Okay.
ready? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Healing is Here by B.J. Putnam. Healing is here.
Yeah.
Healing is
No,
here.
no, no. I know the song.
Healing is here. I can
Okay,
feel
so
it.
let me tell you, like, maybe not personally relate,
Okay.
but like, okay, for me, like,
It's
No,
no
I'm-
right
I'm-
or wrong answer. I
no.
just am intrigued by like.
I'm giving it to you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Like, for me, it makes me think like Jesus or like God is a healer, and like it makes me like thankful in my worship when I hear that, because I'm like, wow, that we serve a God that like is a healer. So that's how because I mean, you know, I don't have any like serious healing that's ever happened.
Sure.
I'm 18 years old, but like that's how I interpret that.
How about there's one that I don't know if you've heard it or not.
Okay.
It's called Thankful. You ever heard it?
Yes.
A bazillion
I showed
times,
it to you.
over and over and over and over and over again. Good Lord.
Yeah, what about
she
it?
will wear a song out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get on one song and it's just like,
It's like you
over and over
hyperfixate
and
on
over.
it. You just
Like
gotta
right
keep
now
listening
it's
to
Hard
it.
Fought Hallelujahs.
Yeah, right now it's
Brandon
Hard Fought
Lake's new
Hallelujah.
song. I literally love that song.
It's a good song.
Right now for me it is Glory and Honor and Power.
Yeah.
That was mine before Hard Fought Hallelujahs, but I'm still on it. Like I'm not sick of it yet.
I got so upset
I
last week
still love
when
it.
we were singing it on Thursday morning, and I had to leave to go to preschool right as we started it.
And we blew the speakers
And
because we had the
I-
music up so loud 2 weeks ago.
Listen, I love that we do that now, though.
I
That's my
love that
favorite.
too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it out for a few weeks. Speakers won't take it.
We're trying to make them last just a little bit longer.
That's sad.
Yeah, my jam going into the new year is this is gonna be our sacred season song.
Okay.
When's this one getting posted?
Depends on if you do that all staff one you talked about doing
Yeah,
last week.
Yeah,
So it's either going to
we've already did that all staff. When you watched it, if you didn't watch it, go back and check it out.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I missed that.
This
my,
is either
my
the
jam,
last week of December.
My
or-
jam for the new year is going to be a song called "New Thing Coming." It's Elevation, a new thing coming. Yeah,
It's
that
like
one.
super hype,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
You need me to say the lyrics? I can't sing the lyrics, but I can
Yeah.
say the lyrics.
But there's a phrase in there that says, "I can see a, I can see a, and I can see revival heading my way." Oh, it gets me pumped. I'm like ready to run through a wall. I'm like, yes, Lord, send it.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my sacred season jam. They're gonna get tired of hearing, and they're gonna say, "Ooh, you wore that song out like I did." Here is not my future.
Yes.
You are.
Not gonna lie, I hated that song after
are-
Sacred Season last year.
That's a strong word.
That is.
You just
it's a
liked
powerful
it.
song, though, man. Powerful song.
No doubt. I just listened to it so much
So
in
much.
that season that I hated that song.
So much. We wore that thing out.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of sacred season?
Oh.
What is the hardest?
None of
What
it.
is the hardest spiritual discipline for you? You know what a spiritual
Okay,
discipline is?
yes.
Fasting, prayer, those sort of giving,
Fasting.
whatever. Fasting's the hardest one
Because
for you?
know I'm a hangry person.
You don't even like to eat, though. You
No.
nibble.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Right, so you
Like I
eat,
don't eat
you
like
nibble
main meals.
all
Like
day.
I nibble all day. So when I cut out like when I fast breakfast or fast lunch or dinner, I'm cutting out like 3 meals for me because I nibble like when I wake up at 10 and
Yeah.
at like 11 right before lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So fasting is definitely my hardest because I get hangry. It makes me feel gross. I got blood problems where I need salt in food. So
You do.
that's
And you won't just say, okay, I need to do this to drink this so that I can feel okay.
Yeah.
You just get a little stubborn in those moments.
Yeah.
So totally get it. Fasting. Maddie's had issues with fasting. We've talked about it on here before where that's whenever her colitis kicked in was because of we were doing the Daniel fast.
Yeah.
And it was like we didn't know what was happening. It was wild. So yeah, totally get it. What about you?
I feel like in the past I probably would have said praying. Honestly, like that's something I struggled with for a while, but I feel like I'm at a really good place with that now. I would say fasting is hard. I surprised myself last sacred season though. When we started,
Go ahead, girl.
Okay.
we did the 24-hour fast. I
Mhm.
remember my first one. I thought, I'm gonna die. Like
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna die. This is hard. And
Yeah.
then I kind of struggled with it for a little bit. Just like I would feel so sick when I finally did eat and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite. But I feel like I've gotten better at. Like,
So you don't
being
struggle with none of
content.
them,
No, I'm saying I still struggle with it.
but you're good at it.
I feel like I'm getting
Getting
better,
better.
at it. Yeah.
You can still struggle and get better at something.
Yeah. And like understanding. I think
why.
this past year, understanding the why I'm doing it
Yeah.
was a big thing.
Jensen Franklin's book on fasting, so phenomenal.
Yeah.
I need to read because I'm fat. My dad was incredible
Yeah.
faster. He was so good at fasting,
Yeah.
and I hate it, and I do it. My family fusses at me for the way I do it,
Yeah, I don't like when he does it
and I do it.
because he pushes
But I-
himself.
But I
Yeah.
do it sheerly because I know I have to. But there's no, there's no like joy attached to fasting. So, anyways, I got to get better at it. It is something that I struggle with. What about you, Caleb?
Fasting because
Duh.
I have a very unhealthy attachment to food. and
Yeah,
I've got
getting better.
over the last right now. It's been 30 days since of recording.
Yeah.
But probably at the time of posting, it'd be almost 60 days of watching what I'm eating and stuff. But in the past, it's been fasting because I have an unhealthy attachment to sweet food,
For
and
sure.
savory food,
For
and
sure.
salty
It's
food.
all food.
Food.
Sure.
Just
Not
cut it.
vegetables.
Food.
I'm the same
Yeah.
way, man. I love food. So it's the family I was grown up. I was raised in. We ate. It's what we did. This is how we became like. You're having a get together. You eat.
You eat.
You come. I want to get to know you. Let's eat. I want to. What do we? Well, let's eat. You know, and that's how we did community was through eating. And so eating to me is just a part of community. Like we didn't just go to the beach together. Like Maddie's family just went to the beach together. Like, oh yeah, we're going to the beach today. Not us. We ate together. Like, hey, everybody's coming over and we're eating. That was community for
And
my
still
family.
is.
And still is. It's still how it is. Yeah.
How we meet up.
Yep.
We eat tonight.
Tonight.
We're decorating the Christmas tree
The
for Mammoth.
first question was,
What's for dinner?
what's for dinner?
We're eating.
Literally. And I know that's wild to some people, but it's just the way my family is. I mean, we'll go on vacation. We'll go to the mountains for vacation. We'll be eating we plan all of our meals before we go.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Every
we'll be eating
restaurant.
breakfast and we're like, okay, this is what's for lunch. Literally talking about lunch at
At
breakfast.
breakfast.
And then we're at lunch and we're talking about dinner. Okay, what time do we need to be ready?
Talking
what
about
time
a
are we doing
snack
this?
that we have to grab.
yeah.
Talking about a dessert we got to get
Yeah.
that night after we
It's
got
true.
a
It's
plan.
wild. It is so wild.
We eat.
We eat. It's what we do. So and then how my dad was so amazing at fasting is so strange because
Impressive.
that's what he
He's
what he did.
him.
He's him.
He was
He
him.
was him.
Peace.
Be honest, they did the same thing.
All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate y'all.
Anytime.
Have us back.
Deal.
The better Carson and Haley.
Sorry, Mr. Carson.
Sorry, Mr. Carson.
Yikes. It's
Yikes.
fine.
All right. You don't do your.
Tell him.
Oh, Carson's doing the sign off today.
Let's go.
Click the
Peace
video.
out. Thank y'all for hanging out with us today.
Here.
Appreciate you so much. Love y'all. God bless. Peace out. Let's
Let's go.